welcome. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Or, I might show up at your door. I'm just here to share some creepy stories, so sit back and enjoy. Disclaimer: the content presented in the video is purely for entertainment purposes only. The theories and stories discussed in this video are speculative and are not supported by any evidence or proof. Viewer discretion is advised. The first alert comes through at 10:42 p.m. First, I ignore it. Just another test of the system, probably. They've been happening more frequently lately. Severe weather warnings, Amber Alerts, missing persons. The phone vibrates on the coffee table. A dull hum against the wood. Before the screen lights up again. Emergency alert. Do not open your door. Stay inside. Lock all entries. I frown, reaching for the remote. The glow of the TV flickers, casting sharp shadows across the living room. Some late-night sitcom plays. The laugh track jarring in the sudden quiet. I grab my phone. The alert message is still there, but no additional details. No explanation. No source. That's strange. Usually, these things tell you why. Tornado warning. Flood risk. Armed suspect. Something. I set my phone back down and glance toward the front door, where the deadbolt is already locked. Nothing to worry about then. Maybe just some weird glitch in the system. The wind outside howls against the house, rattling the windows slightly. A storm, maybe? But I checked the weather earlier. Clear skies, mild temperatures. Not even a chance of rain. I try to ignore the nagging unease creeping up my spine. Instead, I grab my beer from the table, lean back on the couch, and take another sip. It's already flat. 10:57 p.m. Another alert. My phone buzzes again, insistent, rattling against the wood. I pick it up with a sigh, expecting a correction. An oops, our bad, but that's not what it says. Emergency alert. Under no circumstances should you acknowledge knocking or voices at your door. Do not interact. Do not respond. I stare at the screen. Something tightens in my chest. Outside, the wind has died down completely. The house feels too quiet now. Even the TV's laugh track seems muffled, distant. I swallow, suddenly aware of how alone I am. A joke. This has to be some prank, right? Maybe some elaborate marketing stunt? Horror movies love this kind of thing. Mystery alerts, ominous warnings. Still, I double-check the locks. Front door, deadbolt. Back door, secure. Windows, closed. I live alone in a quiet neighborhood. No roommates, no family nearby. Just me and the silence pressing against the walls. Nothing to worry about, nothing at all. I return to the couch, but I don't sit back down. Instead, I linger, phone in hand, scanning for updates. Twitter, local news, government sites. Nothing about an alert. No warnings, no chatter. No one else seems to be talking about it. That's when the first knock comes. It's soft, almost polite. 3 slow, deliberate taps. I freeze. The sound is too clear, too distinct, like it came from inside the house. I whip my head toward the front door. Another knock. A little harder this time. My breath catches. It's fine. It's fine. Maybe a neighbor needs something. Maybe someone's in trouble. My phone buzzes in my hand. Another alert. Do not open your door. I exhale slowly, pulse hammering in my ears. I take a cautious step forward. The peephole is right there. The third knock. Firm. Expectant. I stop. I don't want to look. Something about this feels wrong. If it were a neighbor, wouldn't they say something? Wouldn't they call my name? I hold my breath, listening. The TV flickers in the background. Canned laughter plays over a joke I don't hear. Then a voice, soft, familiar, too familiar. Hey, it's me. I know that voice. I know it too well. It's my brother. But my brother has been dead for 3 years. The knock comes again. Come on, man. Open up. I stumble back, nearly dropping my phone. I can't move. I can't think. The house feels smaller now, the air pressing in tight against my skin. Another alert. Do not respond to familiar voices. I swallow hard. This isn't happening. This isn't real. Hey! The voice sounds wrong now, too smooth, too measured. The rhythm is slightly off, like someone repeating lines they don't understand. I step back further. The air feels heavier, like something unseen is leaning against the door. I want to run. I want to hide, but there's nowhere to go. I force myself to stare at my phone. I need answers, but the moment I look down, a shadow passes by the peephole. Not a person.
Something taller.
I choke down a gasp. My brother's voice is still calling my name. And then, after a long pause, a whisper. I know you can hear me. The next knock shakes the door in its frame. I bite down on a scream. Another alert comes through. Final warning. Do not open the door. Do not open the door. Do not open the door. The knocks don't stop. They only get louder. The knocks don't stop. They grow louder, harder, angrier. I back away from the door, my legs unsteady. The whole house feels different now. Smaller, suffocating, wrong. My phone is still in my hand. Screen glowing with the repeated warning. Do not open the door. The message stays on screen, burning into my vision like an afterimage. My breathing is ragged, sharp, too loud against the silence. Another knock, but it's not a knock anymore. There's something heavy slamming against the door. I flinch, gripping my phone so hard my knuckles ache. I know you're in there. The voice is still my brother's, but it's not him. I know it. Deep in my gut, I know it. And yet, something inside me wants to answer, wants to open the door just to be sure. What if I'm wrong? What if I'm losing it? What if I just open it a crack? The thought disgusts me, but it's there. The slamming stops. Silence. Somehow that's worse. I take slow, careful steps backward, my body moving on instinct. My breathing is too shallow, my heart hammering against my ribs like it wants out. My brother is dead. That voice is not his. I know this, but it sounds so much like him. I squeeze my eyes shut, shaking my head. Focus. Stay in control. The emergency alert knows my name. It knows I'm here. That means something is watching me. The thought makes my stomach lurch. I turn away from the front door, every nerve in my body screaming to move, to get away from it. But before I can take another step, the sound comes again. Not a knock, not a slam, a scraping. Something is dragging its nails down the door. Long, slow, deliberate. The sound curls around my spine like an ice pick. I don't realize I've been holding my breath until my lungs burn. The TV flickers behind me, the sitcom still playing. Like nothing is wrong. Like I'm not trapped here. Like something isn't outside my door, waiting. I glance at my phone again, my fingers ice cold against the screen. I hesitate. Then, against my better judgment, I pull up the news. There's nothing. No breaking reports. No warnings. No chatter on social media. As far as the world is concerned, this isn't happening. My phone buzzes again. I flinch, nearly dropping it. New alert. Do not look out your windows. My throat tightens. My mouth is dry. I whip my gaze to the nearest window, heart hammering. The blinds are down, but suddenly they feel thin. Useless. Something moves outside. A shadow passes by the window. I don't see it directly, just the way the light bends, shifting unnaturally. My legs lock up. I am not alone. The scraping at the door stops. The voice speaks again, closer now. Why won't you let me in? It's not just my brother's voice anymore. It's my mother's, then my father's, then someone I don't recognize. Low, broken. Too many voices at once. I clamp a hand over my mouth, swallowing a whimper. My whole body is shaking. The air in the house is different now. Thick, heavy, buzzing with something unseen. My phone buzzes again. Another alert. Final warning. Turn off all lights. Do not make a sound. A lump lodges in my throat. Turn off the lights? I don't want to be in the dark, but something outside wants me to stay visible. I can feel it. The lights make me a target. With a trembling hand, I reach for the nearest lamp. My fingers fumble with the switch. Click. Darkness. The TV flickers. Then static. The light from my phone feels blinding now. I should turn it off. I can't. I need to see. I need to know if something taps against the window. I freeze. It's deliberate. Not a knock. Not a scrape. Just a single, careful tap. I squeeze my eyes shut, My whole body is trembling. This isn't happening. This isn't real. I hear something shift outside, something tall, something waiting, then another tap, and another, and another. Not just one window now. Every window in the house, all at once. A slow, rhythmic tapping. I don't move. I don't breathe. My fingers tighten around my phone. I squeeze my eyes shut, counting the beats of my own rapid pulse. Seconds stretch into eternity. Then silence. I wait. 5 seconds. 10. Nothing. Then knocking. But not from the front door this time. From inside the house. My stomach drops. I turn slowly. The hallway is pitch black. The knocking is coming from my bedroom. The door I never closed. I can't breathe. I can't move. The knocks come again. Louder. More desperate. Something is inside. My phone buzzes violently in my grip. The screen lights up. New alert. Do not run. Hears you. My blood turns to ice. The knocking stops. The house is silent. Too silent. And then a slow creak. My bedroom door is opening. The creaking is slow. Too slow. My bedroom door shouldn't be moving. I'm alone in the house. A bead of sweat rolls down my temple. My body is locked in place. Every muscle screaming at me to run. But I don't. I don't even breathe. The emergency alert still glows on my phone screen. Do not run. Hears you. I want to turn off my phone. The light feels too bright, cutting through the dark like a beacon. But I can't bring myself to move. The door keeps opening. An inch, another inch, and then it stops. The silence is absolute. The only sound is the blood pounding in my ears. My legs tremble. My lungs burn from holding my breath. Something is in there, waiting, watching. I swallow hard. If I move, will it move too? The thought is enough to keep me frozen. I try to listen, really listen, but there's nothing. No rustling.
No footsteps.
Just the dark, gaping maw of my bedroom doorway, cracked open just wide enough to make my skin crawl. Something is wrong with the dark inside that room. It's not normal darkness. It's deeper, thicker, like the light from the hallway refuses to go inside. Like something inside is swallowing it. My stomach knots. I take a tiny, careful step backward. My sock barely scuffs against the hardwood, but the moment it does, something shifts in the dark. I don't see it. I feel it. Presence. Large. Unfamiliar. Wrong. Standing in the shadows, just behind the door. And it's listening. I don't realize I've stopped breathing until my chest aches. I can't move. I can't make a sound. My phone buzzes again, the vibration violent in my shaking hands. I nearly drop it. The alert changes. Do not speak. Do not move. Do not look at it. My throat tightens. It knows I'm here. It's waiting, testing me. I feel something press against my instincts, a pull, a wrongness, curling around my thoughts like a whisper at the back of my skull. I want to turn my head. I want to look. I fight it. Every fiber of my being screams that if I look, I won't be able to look away. A slow, soft exhale brushes against the air. It's coming from the doorway. I clamp my hand over my mouth. I need to think. What do? I shift my weight onto the balls of my feet, moving inch by inch toward the living room, toward the front door. But the moment I move, the thing in the dark moves too. Not fast, not slow, perfectly in sync. I stop. It stops. The air crackles with tension. My fingers are slick with sweat against my phone. The glow of the screen feels like a target painted on my chest. I squeeze my eyes shut, forcing myself to focus. Stay calm. Stay still. The thing in the dark shifts again, and this time I hear it. A soft, dragging sound, like something pulling itself closer. I barely keep from making a sound. My body is screaming at me to run. The door is right there, but the alert, do not run. I grit my teeth. My heartbeat is out of control. It wants me to move, just waiting for me to break. A new noise joins the silence. Not breathing, not movement, something strange. A clicking sound, soft at first like fingernails tapping against wood. But it's coming from inside my bedroom. It builds. Faster. Louder. Not random. Pattern. Something is talking to me. I squeeze my eyes shut. I can't handle this. I can't. A sharp creak slices through the air. My blood runs cold. The door is opening more. I want to scream, but I don't. I don't move. The air feels too thick to breathe. I hear something press against the floorboards. A shifting weight. It's leaning forward, watching me, studying me. I bite down on my lips so hard I taste copper. I don't move. I don't breathe. Then, a long silence. The clicking stops. And then, slowly, the bedroom door closes. The latch clicks softly into place. I almost collapse. My legs tremble, barely holding me up. Still in there. I know it. Waiting. My phone buzzes one more time. My shaking fingers bring the screen up to my face. Final warning. Leave the house. Now, I suck in a breath. The locks. The front door is still locked. I have to unlock it. But what if it hears me? What if it knows? I hesitate for half a second too long. A new sound. Soft, subtle. From the other side of the bedroom door. Footsteps. Coming toward me. I lurch into motion. I don't think. I run. Straight to the front door. My fingers fumble with the locks. Deadbolt. Chain. Handle. I twist them all in a blur. My vision swimming. A loud thud sounds behind me. The bedroom door is open again. I don't look. I won't look. I yank the door open and freeze. Outside is not my neighborhood. My street is gone. My house stands alone in an endless black void. There is no sky, no ground, no escape, just a yawning, infinite nothing. I choke on a breath. Something moves in the distance. A shape, tall, wrong. It sees me. My vision tunnels. A hand grips my shoulder. The last thing I hear is my brother's voice. Got you. The hand on my shoulder tightens. My entire body seizes. Cold fingers. Too long. Too strong. I can't scream. I can't move. I can't breathe. The thing outside, the shape in the void, shudders in the distance. Then it starts to move. Not walking. Not running. Gliding. Straight toward me. I slam the door. I don't remember turning. Don't remember forcing my arms to move. But I do. The second the door shuts, something slams into it from the other side. The force sends me stumbling backward. The walls tremble. The floorboards shake beneath my feet. Another impact. Louder. Heavier. Something is pounding to get in. My breath comes in ragged gasps. My phone. Where's my phone? My fingers tremble as I bring the screen up to my face. Another alert. Lock the door. Now, I lurch forward, hands scrambling at the locks. My fingers feel clumsy, stiff. I fumble the deadbolt once, twice. Something growls outside, a deep, reverberating sound that shakes through my ribs. I throw the lock into place. The pounding stops. Silence. I don't trust it. My pulse is a drumbeat against my skull. I step back, heart slamming against my ribs. Waiting. Seconds stretch. Nothing. No movement. No more knocks. Nothing. I let out a shaky breath. Then, my phone vibrates violently in my grip. I flinch, my skin crawling. A new alert. It is inside. My breath catches. No. I whirl around. The living room is empty. I scan the space, my lungs frozen. My mind screaming at me to run. But there's nowhere to go. The air feels wrong. Heavy. The TV is still on, casting a faint blue glow. The sitcom still plays. Laugh tracks echoing through the silence. Too normal. Too fake. Something shifts in my peripheral vision. I jerk my head. Nothing. But I felt it. I know I did. The lights in the house flicker. A shadow moves behind me. I whirl around. Still nothing. My stomach twists. I am not alone. I can't see it, but I know it's there. I squeeze my phone. My fingers slick with sweat. My thoughts are frantic. Disjointed. What do I do? Another alert. My hands shake as I lift the screen. Do not run. Do not scream. Do not look at it. I swallow hard. My throat is dry. My breath barely coming. I need to leave, but the front door is no. I can't. Outside is worse. My body shakes with the effort to stay still. Another shadow moves, closer this time. It's not walking. It's sliding, like it's drifting across the floor, just out of sight. The lights flicker again. My stomach knots. Then the TV distorts. The laugh track warps, stretching into a low, garbled moan. The screen glitches, faces twisting, stretching. Smiling too wide. The picture jerks and spasms. Then static. A voice crackles through the speakers. Come back. My blood turns to ice. The static hums. The voice distorts. Repetitive. Layered. Come back. Come back. Come back. I can't move. I won't move. I focus on my breathing, on the weight of my phone in my grip. The voice changes. It sounds like my mother. Come back inside. A sob rises in my throat. This is a trick. I know it's a trick, but my legs won't move. Then the lights go out. Total darkness. I don't breathe. I don't blink. I just listen. The silence is alive, thick, pulsing. Something is inches away from me. I can feel it. My skin prickles as the air shifts. It's watching me, waiting. I clutch my phone so hard my fingers cramp. The screen's glow is the only light left. I lift it slowly. One last emergency alert. Do not turn around. My breath shudders. Something exhales against the back of my neck. Hot, damp, wrong. I bite my lip, forcing my body to stay still. The thing moves closer. I feel the weight of its presence pressing against me. Cold, towering, unreal. The floorboards creak beneath it. The lights flicker just once. For a split second, I see its shadow cast against the wall. Tall, too tall. Its head bent to fit under the ceiling. Its arms are too long. Its fingers graze the floor, and its head is tilted, watching me. I choke back a sob. The lights go out again. I don't move. Don't blink. Don't breathe. I squeeze my eyes shut. I am not here. I am not here. Something presses against my back. Not touching, just leaning close. It doesn't breathe. It doesn't make a sound. Then a whisper, right against my ear. I found you. The lights flash for half a second, and I see it. A glimpse of its face. Stretched skin, hollow eyes, a smile too wide. Then darkness again. My phone slips from my shaking fingers. The screen flickers. One last alert. It is behind you. I can't move. I can't think. I can't even breathe. The air is too thick, pressing down on me like something alive. The thing behind me doesn't touch me, but it's there. Close. Too close. I feel the weight of it. The unnatural cold sinking into my skin, curling around my bones like frost. I don't turn around. I won't. My phone lies on the floor at my feet. The glow from the screen is weak, flickering, barely cutting through the dark. I can't see the alert anymore, but I don't need to. I know what it said. The whisper lingers in my ear. I found you. The words feel wrong, like they don't belong in this world, like they shouldn't exist. My chest is tight. My hands tremble. I want to run, but I don't. I can't. I stare straight ahead, my eyes locked on the far wall, on the faint outline of the TV still buzzing with static. A sound, soft, slow, a breath, not mine. I squeeze my hands into fists. My fingernails dig into my palms. I have to get out. I have to. No sudden movements. The alert said that. I have to stay calm. I force myself to shift, inch by inch, barely moving. I need my phone, need light, need something to hold onto, some kind of reality. My fingers brush the edge of the device. I freeze. The thing behind me moves too. Not a step, not a breath, something else, something wrong. I squeeze my eyes shut. My pulse pounds against my skull. My fingers tighten around my phone. I pull it toward me, slow, deliberate. The screen flickers. A weak glow. A new alert. I force myself to look. It knows you see it. My stomach drops. A soft clicking sound begins, like teeth tapping together. I nearly drop the phone. I keep my eyes locked on the screen, my vision tunneling, my breath caught in my throat. The clicking grows faster, louder. It's talking. Not words, not a language, something else, something primal. I don't understand it. I don't want to. The lights flicker. A shadow moves in the reflection of the TV. Tall, impossible. It leans forward, bending at a grotesque angle, tilting its head toward me, watching, waiting. I bite down on my lip so hard I taste blood. Another alert. Can hear your heartbeat. I nearly sob. I press my free hand against my chest, as if I can quiet the frantic pounding. It doesn't work. The clicking stops. The air is thick with silence. Then a new sound. A slow, dragging scrape against the floor. My hands shake. I can't stay here. I have to move. But how? I swallow, my throat dry as dust. One step. One slow, careful step toward the hallway. The air shifts. It knows. I take another step. The TV flickers. A shape distorts in the static. A face. I don't look. I keep moving, step by step, each one careful, each one precise. Do not run. I repeat it in my head, over and over, like a mantra, like a prayer. I reach the hallway. The bedroom door is still open. Darkness spills from inside. The thick, unnatural dark. I don't look. I keep my eyes forward. The front door is ahead. The locks. I have to. A soft sound breaks the silence. Laughter. Right behind me. My legs almost give out. The laugh is wrong. High-pitched. Distorted. Like it doesn't belong in this world. Like it's been stretched too thin. The lights flicker again. The hallway feels longer. Stretched. Warped. Like I'll never reach the door. I force myself to move faster. Not running. Just walking. Careful. Calm. I reach the door. My fingers shake as I reach for the lock. Something shifts behind me. A shape in the corner of my vision. Too tall. Too thin. Bent at an impossible angle. His head is almost touching the ceiling. I don't look. I can't. I focus on the lock. My hands fumble. The metal is cold against my skin. My vision blurs. My breath shudders. I force myself to stay steady, to stay calm. The lock clicks. One down. Two more to go. Another alert. I glance at the screen. Do not let it touch you. I bite back a scream. I can feel it. The weight of it. The presence pressing against my back. Cold. Hungry. The second lock. It sticks. My breath catches. My fingers tremble. I twist it harder, too hard. Creaks. The presence shifts. I hear it move. Something brushes against the back of my neck. I bite down on my lip, choking back a whimper. The second lock clicks. One more. My heart slams against my ribs. The final lock. The chain. My fingers grasp it. A new sound fills the air. Not laughter. Not clicking. A whisper. Soft. Gentle. Right at my ear. Don't go. The chain slides free. The door swings open. The house disappears. And outside, I see nothing. An endless black void, stretching forever. The air is empty, silent, dead. But I feel something watching me, waiting. I don't want to step forward. But behind me, the air crackles. Something leans in. The whisper turns into a breathless laugh. And then, cold fingers close around my wrist. The fingers around my wrist are ice cold. Not just cold wrong. Like they don't belong in this world. Like they were never meant to touch human skin. I choke on a gasp. My body locking up. The grip is too strong, too tight. Not pulling, not yet. Just holding, testing. My feet stay frozen at the threshold. The void outside yawns before me. Endless, black, empty. No wind, no sky, nothing. A space where the world should be and yet isn't. Behind me, the presence shifts, pressing closer, breathing. I can't hear it, but I can feel it. The air is heavy with it, thick with something ancient and starving. My phone vibrates in my free hand. A new alert. Do not let it pull you in. My pulse pounds. The grip on my wrist tightens. Just slightly. A test. A warning. I jerk back instinctively. The fingers hold firm. Not letting go. Not pulling yet. Just waiting. My breath shudders. My stomach twists. I need to move. I need to do something. But I can't force myself to look back. Because if I do, if I see it, it will be over. I squeeze my eyes shut. I can't scream. I can't run. I have to think. Another alert. My phone shakes violently in my grip. I glance down, close the door. Now, I almost sob. I tighten my grip on the edge of the door, my fingers digging into the wood. The thing behind me shudders, like it knows what I'm about to do, like it's amused, like it's waiting to see if I'll fail. I pull. The fingers around my wrist tighten. Too fast. I feel them dig in. The bones inside them feel sharp. Too long. Too thin. Not human. I yank my arm back, twisting as I do. A sharp pain burns through my wrist. The grip falters just for a second. I use it. I wrench my arm away and slam the door. Something slams into it from the other side. A force like a hurricane wind. The impact rattles the walls, shakes the entire house. The door groans against it. My wrist burns. I stumble backward, clutching it to my chest. Something is wrong. The skin is cold. Too cold. A dull, deep ache radiates through the bones. I don't look at it. I can't. I reach for the locks with my good hand, fingers shaking. Deadbolt first, then the chain, then bang. The door shudders. I flinch. Another impact, then another. The force grows. Something is trying to get in. I throw the final lock in place. Then I stumble back, pressing myself against the far wall, gasping for breath. Silence. I wait. The door stands still. No movement, no sound, nothing. The pounding has stopped. It's over, right? I check my phone. A new alert. Do not turn off the lights. My stomach drops. The house is already dim. The only light is the flickering glow of the TV, still playing its warped, broken laughter. I reach for the nearest lamp. My fingers hover over the switch. Then I stop, because there's a shadow on the floor. Not mine, not from any furniture. A long, thin shadow, too tall, arms too long, head tilted. Watching, my fingers tremble over the lamp switch. If I turn the light on, what if it's still there? What if I see it? My phone vibrates. I glance down. A new alert. Do not look at it. My throat closes. I squeeze my eyes shut. The shadow moves. I feel it shift, stretching across the floor. Slow, careful. I stay still. Another alert. I don't want to check. I don't want to know, but I have to. I force myself to lift the phone. Do not speak to it. The blood in my veins turns to ice. I press my lips together, tight. I will not speak. I will not move. Then a voice, soft, too soft, right at my ear. Why did you close the door? My fingers dig into my palms. I don't answer. I won't. Another whisper. I just wanted to come in. A breath brushes against my cheek. So close. I feel it watching me, waiting. The shadow moves again, stretching toward my feet. My phone shakes violently in my grip. A new alert flashes across the screen. Do not let it get closer. I have to move. I have to. The whisper changes. It sounds different now. Familiar. Sounds like my own voice. Let me in. A sharp, splintering sound echoes through the house. A crack appears in the doorframe. Then another. The wood is breaking. It's trying to get inside. I choke on a breath. My body won't move. The doorframe groans. A new whisper. Gentle. Sweet. Let me in. Then the lights go out. Total darkness. The air shifts. Something moves closer. I hear it. Feel it. A breath. A whisper. Right against my ear. I found you. Darkness. Thick. Suffocating. I can't see my own hands. Can't see the walls, the floor, the door. Nothing. But I know. I am not alone. The air is too heavy. The silence is wrong. I feel it watching me. Close. Too close. A breath stirs against my cheek. Not warm. Not human. Cold. I squeeze my eyes shut, my body locking up. Do not speak. The alert said that. Do not answer. Do not look. Do not acknowledge it. Another breath, right against my skin. I swallow, my throat tight. Then a whisper, soft, playful. Why are you hiding? I don't answer. I don't move. I barely breathe. The darkness presses closer. A shadow shifts. I hear it move. Not footsteps. Not normal. Something else. A sound like wet fabric dragging across wood. I grip my phone. The screen is dark. Dead. My only light gone. Another whisper, mocking. I can see you. My pulse slams in my skull. I won't answer. I won't move. But I have to do something. I shift, inching backward. Slow. Careful. A floorboard creaks. I freeze. Silence. Then the whisper turns into a laugh. A quiet, breathy giggle. Right next to my ear. My stomach twists. The air shifts. Something moves. I feel it. The space beside me is no longer empty. I bite down on my lip until I taste blood. The whisper is closer now, right at my ear. You're not supposed to move. My chest tightens. It knows. It's playing with me, mocking me. The sound of bones cracking fills the silence. Something bends. Something stretches. I want to scream. I don't. Another whisper. Low, crooked. Let me in. I clench my fists. I have to move. I have to. A sharp noise. Not a whisper. Not a breath. Something scraping against the floor. A hand. Long fingers. Too many joints. I can't see it, but I feel it. Crawling toward me. Reaching. I press my back against the wall. The thing in the dark laughs again. Another whisper. Why are you afraid? The air shudders. A new sound. Distant. Faint. Something electronic. A voice. The emergency alert. A radio. Is coming from the living room. From the TV. I focus on it. On the sound. A lifeline. A thread of reality in the dark. The whisper turns sharp. Less playful. Less patient. Stay. The floor creaks. It's moving. I don't hesitate. I bolt. My feet hit the floor. I run. The dark shudders. A wail erupts behind me. Not human. Not animal. Something else. The air warps. The walls feel like they're stretching. The hallway is too long. I keep running. The TV glow flickers ahead. A beacon. I push forward, lungs burning. The wail rises. The whisper is gone. No more laughing. No more teasing. Now it wants me. I reach the living room. The static hums from the TV. The emergency alert still plays. A voice, faint, garbled, but I recognize it. A robotic drone. A warning. I stumble toward it, panting. The room feels different, like I've stepped into another space. The TV crackles. The alert message changes. The robotic voice distorts, then clears, and I hear it. Do not run. Do not leave the light. My stomach drops. The TV screen flickers. The emergency alert disappears, and something else replaces it. A face, but not a person, not human. Too many eyes, too many mouths, all of them smiling. The static deepens. The voice changes. Soft, familiar, my own voice. It's already inside. I freeze. A creak echoes behind me. The air shifts. Something leans in. Cold breath brushes against my neck. A whisper, right against my skin. You never closed the other door. I turn, and everything goes black. Darkness swallows me whole. No light, no sound, no air. Like I've been pulled into a place that isn't real. A place that isn't supposed to exist. I try to move. I can't. My limbs won't obey. My body won't respond. It's like I'm frozen in place, trapped in a moment that never ends. A whisper stirs the silence. Not a voice, not words, just the sound of breathing. Too close, too deep, all around me. I squeeze my eyes shut. Do not acknowledge it. The warning repeats in my head like a broken record. But I know, I'm not in my house anymore. The air is too thin, too empty, like I'm floating in some vast, endless void. Then a light, faint, distant, flickering. I focus on it, my pulse hammering. It's not my TV, not a lamp, something else. The light pulses, slow and steady, like a dying heartbeat. Then it shifts, moves, coming closer. I want to run. I can't. My feet are planted, my body locked in place. A sound trembles through the darkness. Wet, dragging, something pulling itself across an unseen floor. I hold my breath. It knows I'm here. It's coming. A whisper softer than before. Don't fight. The voice is mine, but it isn't me. The darkness moves. Shapes form in the black. Shadows stretching, shifting, crawling. Then the light stops, hovers, right in front of me. I don't want to look. I have to. I force my eyes open, and I see it. A shape hunched and wrong. Too many limbs, too many eyes, each one staring, each one smiling. Not with mouths, with the eyes themselves, like they're stretched too wide, peeled open into something that mimics joy. The thing doesn't move, just watches, waiting. The silence thickens. Then a click, soft, sharp, like a lock sliding open. Something behind me, the other door, the one I forgot to close. I made a mistake. The thing knows. It shifts, leaning closer. Those awful smiling eyes locking onto me. Another whisper, my own voice. It's too late now. The floor vanishes beneath me. I fall, falling, but never landing. The world around me shatters into a storm of static. Sound rushes in, a deep, droning hum, vibrating through my bones. I squeeze my eyes shut, gripping my head. The sound is everywhere, inside me, inside my skull, filling the space where my thoughts should be. Then a voice, not the whisper, not my voice, the emergency alert, loud, clear. Do not let it take you. I gasp. I can move again. I lurch forward, reaching for something, anything. My hands grasp at empty air. Then a surface, rough, wood, the floor. Collapse onto it, my body shaking. The hum fades, the static dissolves, and suddenly I'm back in my house, the living room. The TV is still on, flickering with broken images. The emergency alert is still playing, a robotic voice repeating the same message over and over. Do not let it take you. I suck in a ragged breath, my body drenched in cold sweat. It's gone. I'm back, but something feels wrong. I sit up, my hands shaking. The house is too quiet. The air is too still. I glance at my phone. The screen is dark, dead. No alerts, no messages, nothing, like it never happened. A cold weight settles in my chest. I push myself up, unsteady. My wrist throbs. I glance down at it and freeze. The skin around my wrist is wrong. Not bruised, not scraped, something else. A mark, dark, faint. Not a bruise, a handprint. Too long, too thin, not human. My stomach churns. I stagger to my feet, my pulse hammering. I need to leave. I need to. A creak. Behind me, from the hallway, from the door. I turn slowly, and my blood runs cold. The door, the one I forgot to close, is still open, a sliver of blackness beyond it. Still, silent, waiting. I stare, unable to breathe. Then a shape moves, deep in the dark, shifting, coming closer. I step back. The TV flickers. The emergency alert changes. New words, new warning. IT never left. The door creaks open wider. The darkness behind it stirs. A whisper rises from within. Soft, gentle. Let me in. The lights flicker. My phone buzzes. The screen blinks back to life. One final message flashing across it. You should have never opened the door. The lights go out, and I am not alone. Darkness, again, not like before. Not empty, not still. It moves, shifting, pressing. A slow, creeping weight closing in. I can't see it, but I can feel it. Presence too large for this room. Too hungry. I hold my breath. The whisper is still there, right outside the open door. Waiting, watching. I should run, but I know it's already inside. The warning was too late. I made a mistake. The voice from the TV repeats in my head. It never left. A whisper stirs in the dark. My voice. Why did you open the door? I clench my fists. It's mocking me. It knows I can't undo it, that I've let something in. Another whisper. There's nowhere left to go. A sound trembles through the floor. Soft, wet, like something dragging itself closer. A breath against my neck. Too cold, too real. I shut my eyes. I want to scream. I won't give it that. The whisper laughs. A dry, rasping sound curling around me. I take a step back, then another. The whisper follows, matching me, never touching, but always there. I reach for the wall, my fingers shaking. I need light. I need something real. My fingers brush the lamp switch. I flick it on. Nothing. The power is gone. The only light left is the flickering TV, still caught in its endless loop. I step toward it. The air shifts. The presence moves. A new sound. A door opening. Not the front door. Not the back. A different door. The closet. I freeze. It's been closed for hours. Since before this started. I know I didn't open it, but now it stands slightly ajar. A thin sliver of blackness between the frame. Like something is peeking out. Watching. I take a step forward. Then another. The whisper shifts closer now. Something creaks inside the closet. A weight shifting. A breath. I reach out, my fingers trembling. Then a voice, louder than before. Not a whisper. Not mine. Don't. I jerk back. The TV flickers. The emergency alert changes. The robotic voice distorts, glitching. Then, do not look. A shape moves in the closet. I step back. Too late. The door swings open, and I see it. Not the thing from the hallway. Something worse. A shape twisted, stretched. The same as before. Too many eyes. Too many mouths. But this one is wearing me. My face. My body. But wrong. Like it was put together by something that doesn't understand what a person should look like. It smiles. A whisper. Soft. Wrong. You shouldn't be here. I stumble back. The emergency alert distorts. The robotic voice speaks again. Faster.
Urgent.
Leave. 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 My pulse slams in my skull. I turn and run. The shadows lunge. The whisper screams. A sound like tearing static, scraping metal. The whole house shudders. I bolt for the door. My hand grabs the knob. I rip it open. A wall of blackness. Not the outside. Not the street. Something else. A void. A place I was never meant to see. A voice whispers in my ear. Not mine. Not human. There is no leaving. I fall. The house disappears. The walls. The floor. Everything rips away. I am nowhere. Silence. Then a flicker. A light. The TV. The emergency alert still playing. I sit up, gasping for air. I'm back. In the living room. The door is closed. The closet is closed. Like it never opened. Like nothing happened. But I know it did. I scramble for my phone. The screen is on. The emergency alert is still there. One final message. You should have never opened the door. I stare at it. My hands shake. My wrist throbs. The mark still there. A shadow moves across the room. Not from me. From something else. I don't turn. I don't look. The whisper is gone. The presence is gone. But something is still wrong. I feel it. The weight of eyes watching. Waiting. For what? I don't know. I don't want to know. The emergency alert blinks off. The TV goes dark. and the room is silent. Silence, but not emptiness. The house feels hollow, like something was carved out of it. And I don't know if it's the house or me. I sit on the floor, my back pressed against the couch. My body aches, my wrist burns. I don't look at the mark. I don't move. I'm afraid if I do, the silence will break, and something will answer. The TV is off. The emergency alert is gone, but I can still hear it, repeating in my skull. Do not let it take you. It never left. You should have never opened the door. My fingers curl against the carpet. Was any of it real? My phone is still in my lap. I flick the screen on. No alerts, no messages, like it never happened, like I was never warned. I don't know how long I sit there. Minutes, hours, nothing moves, nothing breathes, but the feeling never leaves. That sense of being watched, not from inside the house, not from the hallway, from somewhere else, somewhere I can't see, a place that should not exist. I squeeze my eyes shut. My breath is uneven. I have to get out. I have to leave, but the warning repeats in my head. There is no leaving. I force myself to stand. My legs are unsteady. I move toward the front door. Each step feels like I'm walking through water. I reach for the lock. My hand hesitates. The whisper is gone. The presence is gone. But something remains. Something wrong. My fingers brush the handle. And I know, the moment I open this door, I will not be in my house anymore. A shudder crawls through my spine. I slowly back away, turn toward the window instead. The blinds are closed. I never close the blinds. My pulse kicks up. I don't remember shutting them. I reach out, gripping the edge. I take a slow breath and pull. The street outside is empty. No cars, no street lights, no sky, just an endless black, a hollow void. I stumble back. The curtains flutter, like something just moved past them, like something is waiting outside. My mind screams at me to run, but where? There's nowhere left to go. A sound trembles through the air. A knock, soft, gentle, at the front door. I go still. The knock comes again, more urgent. I don't move. I don't breathe. Do not open the door. The warning claws at my brain. But then, a voice, familiar. My mother. Sweetheart? Open the door. My blood turns to ice. She's not here. She hasn't been here in years. Please, she says. I need to see you. The voice is right, perfect, but there's something underneath it, something wrong, like the words are being pulled from a broken tape. I back away. The knocking stops. Silence. Then a single whispered word. Please. The lights flicker. A low hum fills the air. I squeeze my hands into fists. My mother's voice is wrong, because my mother is gone, and whoever is knocking isn't her. The knob rattles. I bolt, racing through the house, not to the door, not to the windows, to the one place that has always been safe, my room. I slam the door shut, lock it, press my back against it. The knocking doesn't follow. I don't relax, not for a second. The whisper from the hallway curls through the silence. You can't hide. I shut my eyes, press my hands to my ears, but the whisper isn't coming from the door. It's coming from inside the room. I turn, slow. The closet door. It's open. A figure stands inside. Not the twisted shape from before. Not the smiling eyes. Me, but not me. Perfect reflection. Too perfect.
No tremors.
No fear. Just standing there, watching. A whisper. Not from it. From me. You don't belong here. The copy tilts its head. Its lips pull into a smile, and then takes a step forward. My stomach drops. The lights flicker. The air turns heavy. The whisper curls through the room. Soft. Close. I do now. The light goes out. The world vanishes. And I am gone.